two will be teammates.
I know. I'm very curious to see what the spring races are like, because we've seen them both do the similar things individually, but to have them on the track at the same time.
Forgot among the athletes with eligibility outdoors, but not indoors. We continue to talk to champions here on Championship Saturday, but it was Tuesday Tidwell who claimed her title, the senior Baylor, yesterday in the pole vault. She was the lone woman to clear 4.37, as we'll let JoJo talk with the member of the green and gold who claimed gold.
Congratulations. How does it feel to win a Big 12 title this weekend?
Thank you. It feels really good. It was a very stressful meet, but we worked through it.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Why was it stressful?
So the entire time I was not placed first until the very last bar, last attempt. I had 2 bars that were third attempts, and that's very stressful because the first one was the very first opener, so if I didn't clear that, then I was going to no height and have no points at all for my team, so it can be very stressful.
And you've come in second at the Big 12 Championships a couple times, so to finally come away with the victory, congratulations. Great job this weekend. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
So congratulations to the senior. As she mentioned, almost exited at 4:02, then 4:12 on her third try, got over. But again, she stood alone after clearing 4.37. We are underway with the women's 4x400. This is the final women's event here in 2021. This is your first section with the Sooners, the Mountaineers, Cyclones, Cowgirls, and Horned Frogs, occupying the 5 lanes.
And Oklahoma State, the Cowgirls out to the early lead. It's Erica Furbeck in front. Successful handoffs. That was a 54.85 first leg.
Clay Ali is the Cowgirl now, enjoying that advantage out in front, ahead of Kalita Williams for TCU, running 1 and 2 right now. Again, this is your first of 2 heats. We'll see the remaining 5 women's programs in heat number 2: Kansas Tech, K-State, Texas, and Baylor.
So that first handoff was actually Tori Ortiz to Kalea Ali for Oklahoma State. Ali keeping that lead.
And now the third leg with Nicolette Dixon for OK State.
That was a 55 split.
And coming up, one final trip for Dixon, trying to hang on to this lead. Trying to hold off a surging Iowa State with Bria Barnes running second right now in this third leg. TCU's Jasmine Muhammad Graham holding on to third right now. Again, your first of 2 sections here in this final women's event of 2021. And the anchor leg has the baton, Christina Olsen. Cyclones running second. And Horned Frogs in third.
And it looks like this race is going to be all about the Cowgirls.
And it, again, will be a matter of will their time hold against the next 5 group of women. So Christina Olsen's going to try to help the Cowgirls go wire to wire in our first heat. A time of 3:38.34 will be the time to beat.
It's a nice 53-20 split for Christina Olesen as they try and score some major points today.
Let's talk to one of her teammates, not here in the 4x400, but a young freshman an hour back who picked up the victory in the 1,000 meters to claim gold today.
Congratulations, that was a really exciting race. What were your thoughts going into it? Did you think you were capable of winning today?
I definitely hope so. I haven't had very consistent training over the last few weeks, and I wasn't really sure what I was capable of, but I went in optimistic and hoped for the best.
Were you having some injury issues?
No, just regular sickness.
Gotcha. So came back just in time. Running right behind the defending champion in an off distance. What do you think about the 1,000? Do you like the 1,000? Is this your new favorite event?
It definitely is my favorite event. It is. I like the fact that it's not Olympic, so it doesn't have the pressure. But yeah, I knew Cassidy was a great talent, and I knew that she would probably take it from the start. And my just hope was to hang with her as long as I could.
How did you decide when to make your move?
I was sort of worried that if I made it too early, she would come back on me. So I kind of waited, and finally I realized if I don't go now, then it's over. So I just tried my best.
Well, it was perfectly timed. Great race. Congratulations, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And part of the great performance today by Oklahoma State's women, who have launched themselves all the way into second place behind Texas with 98 points ahead of K-State and Texas Tech's women. Of course, the Longhorn women are now taking the track for the final time. The 4x400 is their symbolic victory lap to what looks to be another Big 12 women's title. They will reign supreme for a 4th straight year. Looking to add more points. Last year they had a little in excess of 180, 180.33 to set a new team tally total in the Big 12. Let's see if anybody can deny them the 4x400 that most recently won last year. With names like Alfred and Jaworski, this year the Longhorns go with Adelecki, Williams, Simon, Patterson, 3 of whom we've seen shine already today.
Something the Longhorns might also be thinking about is improving their season's best in the 4x4 to make sure that they qualify for the national championships to be held later in March. Right now their season's best in the 4x4 is 3:32.64, a time that ranks number 8 in the nation.
And Longhorns have already locked up now with this year's title 7 of the last 8 Big 12 women's crowns, 4 straight. Now their 24th conference indoor title for the women.
Texas definitely has a great tradition in the 400, training 400 runners and in these 4x4s.
They're going to be joined out there by Baylor, K-State, Texas Tech, and Kansas. And what will be a battle perhaps for moving into a silver position at the expense of Oklahoma State, whom we just saw. K-State is 3.5 points back of second. Texas Tech right now is 5.5 points back of tying Oklahoma State for second. Women's 4x400, second and final heat. This is the final time to see the women here in Lubbock compete in a Big 12 championship event in 2021.
Another interesting note about the Texas 4x4 is two of their women, the leadoff leg, Adelecki, and anchor Patterson, are both originally from Ireland.
Again, we had a chance to see the latter of the two, Patterson, already claim a gold today. So Francis for Baylor with the early advantage on the opening leg ahead of Adelecki.
Was it too much too soon as Adelecki for Texas tries to stalk her down?
And you kind of feel like you're playing with house money. Why not go for it?
And it looks like Adelecki could overtake her. Not enough track. Baylor is going to bleed into this first exchange.
Yeah, Aria Minor will take the advantage. Stacey Ann Williams will try to catch up with her.
That was a 53-11 split for Francis.
And that Baylor lead still holding strong. Not quite midway through.
So Aria Minor, I believe, is their top 400-meter runner. I think the goal here, well, actually Francis is their top runner. So Baylor is doing the opposite as Texas, front-loading their talent, trying to get a lead, hoping they can run away from Texas.
This is the lap that Honor Finley is in, the second leg of Kansas. Perhaps their best chance to make up any ground. You see Williams still trailing as she hands it off to Kennedy Simon, but Lily Williams for Baylor again continues to inherit that lead for the women of Waco.
That was a 52-04 split for Minor. Who have a very healthy lead right now, but Kennedy Simon, oh no, sorry, that's Stacey Ann Williams there. I think they switched the lineup. We saw her run under 52 seconds earlier today. One of the best talents in the NCAA right now.
And we are getting closer to that final handoff to the anchor. For Baylor, it'll be Tatiana Sanders. Texas has Patterson queued up. Baylor has held the lead so far, wire to wire. Sanders with the advantage, entering this anchor leg ahead of Patterson. But perhaps not for long.
There goes Texas.
Patterson eyeing another gold on this championship Saturday. It would be the culmination of another team title today for the Longhorns women's program.
And it looks like Texas has switched up their lineup, and that, I believe, is Kennedy Simon, not Patterson, on the anchor leg. So that's another 51 talent.
Sanders still with a little extra in the tank for Baylor.
Wow, what a race. Can Baylor hold her off?
The final event of 2021 indoors, the 4x400 championship is headed to Waco.
Wow.
Francis, Minor, Williams, and Sanders get the job done. They edge Texas by a full second. 3:31.90. As Baylor, Texas. What a battle. But the strategy for the Bears pays off. And K-State will take bronze.
And our winners, heat winners from Section 1, Oklahoma State, 3:38.34. That will be good enough for fourth. So faster than two of the teams that were in this section.
So Baylor puts up the best time in the Big 12 this year. They claimed the final championship here in Lubbock. Bears as a team on the women's side will finish fifth. Texas Tech is your University of Texas is your champion on the women's side with 154.5 points. Oklahoma State will take silver as a team. K-State will take third as a team. Texas Tech in fourth here on their home track. But what a job by the quartet for Baylor.
Baylor's another school known for breeding great 400-meter runners, so maybe they weren't the favorites coming in, but you know, you can't be too surprised when Baylor wins a 4x4. That was a great run.
And that was Lily Williams on the anchor leg, crossing the finish line first.
It's a 53.86 anchor leg split. So the top split of that was Aria Minor on that second leg for Baylor in that 52.04.
So just as the women finished with the 4x400, we're about to do the same with the men. First